Lost Please take your seats. Our program will begin in a few minutes.
The Developer Acceleration Program empowers underrepresented creators to bring amazing games to Xbox players around the world. Since 2019, we have heard from hundreds of global teams seeking resources and support to reach the global audience on Xbox. DAP supports developers in 3 primary ways. We provide funding to offset the cost of porting games to Xbox, so teams with limited resources do not have to decide between polish, marketing, and Xbox development. We provide access to relevant information via webinars and events to help level the playing field for Xbox developers of all experience levels. And we incubate new ideas to ensure that barriers to funding, resources, and networks don't block talented developers with great ideas. We've forged more than 200 partnerships and supported the launch of over 75 titles through the program so far. We've seen some of the most innovative and inclusive content reach global players on Xbox as a result. And we're just getting started. We invite you to apply for the Developer Acceleration Program today. Visit xbox.com/ID to learn more.
Please take your seats. Our program is about to begin.
Things would be the same in a different way.
Are we having fun tonight, pretty?
Please welcome your IGF chairperson, Sean Pierre.
All right, hey everyone. Welcome back to the Independent Games Festival Awards. I'm Sean, and I just want to say a few things before we hand it over to our hosts for the evening. First, let's begin by congratulating everyone who submitted to this year's festival. Thanks to the honorable mentions and, of course, this year's group of IGF finalists. To the judges and the jury, thank you again for the intelligent and thoughtful discussions and for all of your hard work leading up to this point. I also want to thank Steph Couch and Sarah Zlonis, two amazing people who without a doubt, are a big reason why this year's festival is happening. Finally, thank you to our IGF Platinum sponsor, Microsoft. As well as our gold sponsor, Unity. What a year it has been. I'm sure that many of us have been overwhelmed by a lot. Last year, many of the folks on the stage spoke about how unfairly our peers have been treated, and it is honestly a shame that this is still the case. Regardless of how much may have improved, it needs to get better. The fight for fairness, for responsibility, for treating people, not as numbers, is something that needs to continue. And the struggles that independent developers face, from discovery to funding, are ever present, and it is difficult to think about what lies next on the horizon. But watching all of you who work every day, whether it's full or part-time, in between other obligations, watching you push the boundaries of the game industry, watching ideas spawn from the world around us, watching everyone trying to connect with one another. It's nothing short of inspiring. But how is it that we can maintain these connections? How can we maintain these connections? Through our design, through our development, or through our art? It's definitely an interesting question to ask in a world that, in some ways, is more connected than has ever been before. Personally, I believe that to really connect to each other through games, we need to look past what we see on our screens and look at the people, the talented people who put their time, effort, their hopes, their dreams, their whims, or their deepest thoughts into the experiences like the ones you will see here tonight. We need to look at the individuals, listen to their voices, and more importantly, support everyone in their quest to thrive in this community. We have such an incredibly diverse set of people and experiences in the global independent game development community, and we have a responsibility to look after one another. So support the games created by your friends and the ones made by Black and brown people. Support the games made by trans people and the one. And support the games by your elderly neighbor. Support the games made by queer people and the one made by a stranger from the other side of the planet. Support your friends. Support your friends who you only see once a year at GDC, but also listen to the voices of those who are unable to attend this year's conference out of fear for their own safety. Only by supporting all of these games and these voices can we truly connect the world and each other through the art that we create. But that's it for me. Thank you. And let's all give a warm welcome to the host for this year's IGF, Emma Kidwell.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma Kidwell and I'm your host for tonight's IGF Awards. I'm a writer and narrative designer, but above all else, I'm just a game developer who's happy to be here. It feels surreal to be standing here after so many years of watching the show, and I'm grateful to be surrounded by my peers as we celebrate the nominees and their accomplishments tonight. Indie games are where I cut my teeth, so I'm always looking at what the devs in this space think of. I mean, just look at Consume Me. New genre just dropped, and we're min-maxing your glow-up. It goes to show how much innovation there is in the indie scene. A lot of bravery and risk goes into chasing the unconventional and seeing it all the way through, especially when, say it with me, any game that ships is a miracle. Thank you. I sat in the back of this room as a student 9 years ago in absolute awe over the kind of games being nominated, and I remember thinking, some of these games are fucking weird. I mean, Angerfoot took the concept of no free feet and ran with it. But that's how I knew there was space for me. I knew I could crack open my engine of choice and make anything I wanted, even something sufficiently depressing, and still be recognized for it. To the team behind Closer the Distance, I'm sending you my invoice for therapy after the show. You know, you can actually find most of the games nominated tonight on Steam, so let's look for one now. No, that's not it. Not that either. Let's try the eShop. I'll try again later. We also have some publishers in the audience tonight. Hi, are you enjoying the show? I've actually been working on something, but you haven't even heard. Oh, well, I would have loved to be in the room for some of these pitch meetings. I would have loved to be in the room for some of these pitch meetings. Like, how do you sell, you play as a 19th century Russian nun, shout out Indica, who hates herself so much she starts to think the devil has a point. Some of us may have heard about the games being nominated tonight through the press. All 5 journalists that are left, at least. I'm so sorry, I feel really bad, but I can joke, I used to be in media too. In all seriousness, there are a lot of journalists bringing attention to as many indie games as they can through their work. Even if you get AAA marketing support, it's still difficult to get airtime. Not if you're Caves of Cud, though. Maybe the strat is to take 10 years to build up hype. Now, when you go to look for it, nope, still having trouble. Well, I can stand here and tease the nominees all night, but I genuinely, with my whole heart, respect and admire your work. I never would have made my first game in Twine without seeing what indie could look like. It looks like an interactive essay meets walking sim about techno-capitalism, but it also looks like a collection of 50 games spanning all genres. Indie can be so many things because it isn't beholden to tradition. There's a common thread binding us, and it's the courage to try and keep trying despite the horrors. Because after we publish our game to itch.io, we know the community is there to receive us. But Emma, I hear you say, how can I be as successful as these nominees? Well, if I knew, I would be sitting down there with them. But it comes down to showing up. Indie games inspire so much hope just by virtue of existing. We create for the love of the craft and artistic expression, not just profit. We are part of a collective effort to resist the exploitative systems we're set up against. We hold power through creation, and this industry relies on supporting us. So keep making and keep showing up. I promise it's worth it, because sharing your story is the best form of resistance, whether you realize it or not. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get the show on the road. I'd like to introduce a previous winner for this category, Bahia Khan, who was one of the recipients of 2019's Best Student Game. She filmed a short video for us about what drives her to make games and what it meant to win this category.
Hello everyone, my name is Bahia Khan and I'm a game designer and writer from Johannesburg, South Africa. In 2019, my team and I won the IGF award for Best Student Game. Making a game in a university context led to me working with different students in different disciplines who didn't have any prior experience with making games, and this helped expand my view on what a game could be. Shout out especially to the then film student and game cinematographer Claire Meikle. I love making games and being a girl with you. It shouldn't have to take winning an award to make you feel validated or like a real game developer, but what winning the IGF award taught me is that there are people from around the world who value my experiences and the art that I make, and that the ways in which academia functions or rewards artistic merit is narrow and limited. I don't really know what it means to make video games. As a student, I made games because I had an assignment due, and now I make games whenever it feels like the only thing to do. Before we announce this year's nominees, I just want to take a moment to send so much of love and strength to the Sudanese, Congolese, and Palestinian people. I see you and I support you, and I hope that one day very soon you get to feel safe and realize your own dreams. even if those dreams do involve you becoming a game developer. With that being said, here are this year's Best Student Game nominees.
Best Student Game. The nominees for Best Student Game are A Dual Ascent, developed by Mountain Toad Entertainment, published by Rubica Sapinfagame. Displacement, developed by Eversea Club, with special thanks to Zinolan, Mei Chen Liu, Ash Wei, and Eversea Club. Growth Spurt, a meandering intermission into the after hours of a miscalculation, developed by Games for My Computer. Slot Waste, developed by Vinny Roca, with special thanks to UCLA Game Lab. The Word Cleaner, developed by the Word Cleaner team, published by USC Games, with special thanks to Mason Saberwall, Charlie Heatherly, Levi Pinkert, and Alina Zhu. Year Unknown, developed and published by Julian Hauser.
And the winner is Slot Waste. Congratulations.
Wow. Thank you. So even making a game by yourself, you never really make it alone, so I just have a long list of people to thank, really, for this game. First is my partner, Jessica Lipton, who really, I could not have made this game without. My amazing advisors, Ido Stern, Chandler McWilliams, Danny Snelson, Patrick, Tyler, David. Also my amazing friends who are all here with me, especially to Chong, Michael, and Hua, who have really supported me really from the beginning, and of course all the amazing people of the UCLA Game Lab, which is, I think, the only place for games like it on Earth, really. Yeah, and happy birthday to Sagan. And solidarity forever.
Sorry if I seem a little frazzled. I was driving through the Pacific Northwest and my car developed a quirk on the way here. I haven't been able to figure out why. So many of the games in this category feel really sticky. They latch onto our psyche and scratch the most primal parts of our brains. These games give us the dopamine hit that comes with winning a round or solving a puzzle. When we min-max our stats to create the perfect run, it's clear the devs in this category thought of the player experience, even if it was to give us psychic damage. These are your nominees for Excellence in Design.
The nominees for Excellence in Design are Balatro, developed by Local Funk, published by Playstack. Blueprints, developed by Dogubomb, published by Raw Fury, with special thanks to Tonda Ross. Caves of Cud, developed by Freehold Games, published by Kitfox Games, with special thanks to Brian Bucklew and Jason Grinblatt. Consume Me, developed and published by Jenny Zhao Shah, with special thanks to A.P. Thompson, Jia Un Lee, Violet W.P., and Ken Coda Snyder. Pacific Drive, developed by Ironwood Studios, published by Kepler Interactive, with special thanks to Cassandra Draycott, Seth Rosen, Richard Weschler, and Alyssa Eskew. Tactical Breach Wizards, developed and published by Suspicious Developments, with special thanks to Tom Francis, John Roberts, John Winder, and Steve Lee.
And the winner is Tactical Breach Wizard. Congratulations.
That's weird. Yeah, gonna have the symptoms here. Genuinely not expecting this, so I have not prepared anything. But obviously, mainly thank you so much to my team, who are almost all here. This is Steve Lee, our level designer, John Winder, our programmer, Robert Arzola, our composer. Tragically not here is John Roberts, our lead artist, who is a huge part of this game. And design, I think, as much as, maybe even more so than most disciplines, is just like the result of everything. So I am only a small part of this. Our first game was nominated for design 12 years ago, and there was a slight sense of like stasis, because I just looked at this category and like, we're definitely not winning this. So it's just, we're back to being nominated, and that's as far as we go, which I was pretty happy with. And just, yeah, not ready for this. Thank you so much, it's insane.
To present our next award, which celebrates unique and alternative controllers created by independent developers, please welcome Alt Control organizer and Tencent Business Development Director, John Polson.
Good evening, everyone. I'm humbled to celebrate tonight the 11th year of the alternative controller exhibit, Alt Control GDC. I'm utterly amazed each year how the finalists repurpose or create unique control inputs to change how we can play. I'm also amazed and happy when I hear how being a finalist or winner can open new doors. I recently caught up with two Alt Control alumni. Terrence Tolman is co-creator of the award-winning social co-op game Puppet Pandemonium. He told me that this out-of-box experience was what made his resume stand out to become one of the first employees of Rec Room. Terrence is also running a creator space called the Seattle Sim, paying it forward to future game devs. Jax Sisuri used their experience from programming Slap Friends to ship last year their first game, Hello Cruel World, as a creative director under Akupara, and now starting their own studio, Peripheral Playbox. To all the finalists, I look forward to sharing your stories in the future. For now, let us revel in the hard work, innovation, and playful joy seen in the video for the finalists of this year's Alt Control GDC Award.
Are we having fun tonight, pretty?
And the award goes to Chroma Corp.
Wow. We love Alt Controller, so these are fun games to make, great games for our students to learn, and wow, this is the cherry on the top of the cake, so thank you so much for the vote. So thanks to you, Justin, for being such a terrific instructor. Thanks to our students for putting a lot of work and time in this project, so thank you so much. You guys want to say something?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you, everyone, for the honor. We've been very fortunate to grace this stage at IGF, or the second time in a row, and 3 times that we've won alternative controllers in a row. Like, I really don't know what to say. If this is just a fraction of what it felt like to be the Chicago Bulls 1990s three-peat winning team, we will take it. Like, amazing. Speaking of team, I want to thank you all from the GDC team, Fox, Miri, Ethan, Monica, Galina, Jason, the artists and animators who couldn't be here tonight, the Art Center community, all the friends and family, my wife Fiona, my baby boy Zayden, and the games communities that have supported us along the way during this development. Thank you so much. For everyone else here, if you have not seen Chroma Corp, please stop by Alt Control GDC. We'd love to have you play. But not just Chroma Corp, we are honored to have been among other awesome Alt Control games. Everything from, like what you've seen, gamified rice cooking games, AI news reporting games, Orange Muppets, a big cat petting simulator. It's all there. For all of you, you deserve this much praise as much as any other innovative game development that keeps us laughing and having fun. So stay cool, Alt Control GDC. Amazing community.
Thanks for all the people. I also want to thank for all our playtesters. You're so amazing. Thank you all the feedback you give us.
Please welcome back Emma Kidwell.
An artist friend told me once that she refers to other people as being skilled and not talented. She explained how talent sounds like someone was born with it, whereas skill reflects how they worked really hard to be as good as they are. I think about that a lot, especially for this category. It takes a lot of skill to convey a game's tone or design through its visuals, and when it's done really well, you won't even notice its effect on you until after you're finished playing. Besides, do you think a skilled person could make this? Sorry, I'm just the writer. Be thankful for our nominees.
The nominees for excellence in visual art are Children of the Sun, developed by Rennie Rother, published by Devolver Digital. Consume Me, developed and published by Jenny Zhao Zhao, with special thanks to A.P. Thompson, Jia Un Lee, Violet W.P., and Ken Koda Snyder. Haunty, developed by Moonloop Games, published by Firestoke, with special thanks to Leo Dasso and Lucie Jurek. Judaro, developed and published by Talha and Jack Ko, with special thanks to Jack King Spooner and Talha Kea. Nine Souls, developed and published by Red Candle Games, with special thanks to Peggy Ho, Hans Chen, Tara Chung, and Minus Chen. Thank Goodness You're Here, developed by Cole Supper, published by Panic, with special thanks to Will Todd and James Carbut.
And the winner is Haunty.
Okay. Hi, I'm Michael Kirby Ward. I was the composer for Haunty. This is Ben Civello, who was the lead audio designer. We are here to accept this award on behalf of our fearless leader at Moonloop Games, Leo Dasso. Not only was Leo responsible for the hand-drawn visuals of the game, he was also the gameplay designer, the programmer, and together he and I wrote the story. Leo wanted us to directly thank our brilliant animator, Lucy Jurek, as well as all of our players for supporting us by playing our game. We also wanted to ask that everyone here join the Moonloop Games mailing list so that we can keep making art for many, many years to come. Thank you to IGF for this incredible honor. Thank you.
This is such a great category because it has such a wide array of parts. Who here has a playlist of just video game soundtracks? Mine, personally, is a 10-hour loop of the Wii Shop theme song. I can't lock in without it. Audio and narrative are a lot like cousins. There's a lot of thought put into every slap, grunt, and strategically placed piece of music. Seriously, listen to this masterpiece. So much of what we hear can be subtle or grand, as showcased by these nominees.
The nominees for excellence in audio are Angerfoot, developed by Free Lives, published by Devolver Digital, with special thanks to Luke Walters, Robbie Fraser, Jeremy Smith, and Jason Sutherland. Despelote, developed by Julian Cordero and Sebastián Valbuena, published by Panic, with special thanks to Ian Berman, Sebastián Valbuena, Julian Cordero, and Gabe Cozillo. Indica, developed by Oddmeter, published by 11-Bit Studios, with special thanks to Daniel Zoyen. Odata, developed by Sven Algrim, Matilda Hoffman, and Bastian Klostoff, published by Sven Algrim. Thank Goodness You're Here, developed by Cole Supper, published by Panic, with special thanks to Will Todd and James Carbut. Utopia Must Fall, developed by Dataset Pixel Jam, published by Pixel Jam, with special thanks to John Davies, Miles Tillman, and Rich Grillotti.
And the winner is Despelote.
Thanks everyone so much. It's such a privilege to be up here. This is the first game that that I did sound for and that Sebastian did music for. So we always wanted to make games since we were, 10 or 11 years old. So found our way back to it after doing a lot of other audio things. It was so much fun to go to Ecuador and record all of the ambiences in Quito, record all the people. It was really
the most fun professional experience I've had, so it means a lot to be recognized for all of that.
Bueno, quiero agradecer al resto del equipo, a Julián, a Gabe y también a Panic, nuestro publisher. Sí, a mi familia, a mi esposa. Eso, ustedes, a IGF. Gracias. Gracias.
You know how our nervous system prompts us to fight or flight in dangerous situations? You get the sweaty palms, the fast heartbeat. Tell me why it also activates right before shipping a game. 9 out of 10 doctors agree sharing your work with the rest of the world is terrifying. But it's always worth it, especially when your game resonates with players so much they voted to make sure it won this category. And the winner is the Wear Cleaner.
Thank you so much. Definitely never expected to win this one, since we're just a student game. Thank you so much. First, I just want to thank the team. Basically, all of the leads are here. Levi was our lead designer. Charlie was our lead producer. Harrison was our usability lead. Cameron was our lead engineer. Anna was our art director, Amy our producer, and Samuel our narrative designer, and I was the creative director. Thank you so much to all of the fans and to everyone who voted for us. Thank you.
Wings is an organization that believes that some of the most creative and successful games of tomorrow will be made by teams where women and other marginalized gendered developers hold key creative, technical, and business positions. To present the first ever Wings Award, please welcome Astrid Refstrup.
We are very honored to be a part of the Independent Games Festival this year. Our mission is to offer funding and opportunities to women and gender diverse teams and provide them with the resources often not trusted to them to create and release successful games. Today, I'm honored to present the Wings Award, highlighting outstanding games made by women and other gender marginalized developers. Selected from 5 incredible finalists, this year's winner will receive the award alongside a €2,000 prize, and here are the finalists.
The nominees for the Wings Award are Caravan Sandwich, developed by Plain Toast, published by Dear Villagers, with special thanks to Adrian Lucas and Emmy Lefebvre. Consume Me, developed and published by Jenny Jia Shah, with special thanks to A.P. Thompson, Jia Un Lee, Violet W.P., and Ken Koda Snyder. Tavern Talk, developed and published by Gentle Troll Entertainment, with special thanks to Selima Heister, Marcos Klima, Nika Gorev, and Mikhail Vaka. The Crash House, developed by Muriel, published by Devolver Digital, with special thanks to Muriel and Nicole He. Urban Myth Dissolution Center, developed by Hakababunko, published by Shueisha Games, with special thanks to Kekawa, Huff Huff Oden, Muchiking, and Adapi.
Congratulations to all the finalists. The winning game this year creates a fun and vibrant, playful world that serves as a safe space for an important story to unfold. Through a series of creative, engaging mini-games, it invites the player into an experience that is both meaningful and immensely fun. The game's themes are deeply relatable and resonates with all players, whether or not they lived similar experiences. It's a testament to the power of games as a storytelling medium, capable of conveying emotions and narratives in ways no other media can. Wings is honored to recognize this team with this year's well-deserved award. The winner of the IGF 2025 Wings Awards is Consumi.
Oh my God! Wow. Thank you so much. The competition was so stacked this year, and we find it a little unbelievable that we're standing here. I want to thank my incredible team, AP and Jen and Violet and Coda, who aren't here with us, to help make this game that was a personal project into a now award-winning video game. And I don't know how I convinced all of you to work with me, but I know that we wouldn't be standing here without everyone's hard work and talent. You want to go?
Thank you so much to AP and Jenny. I'm so honored to work on this incredible game, and I'm so lucky to be surrounded by such amazing and smart people. And thank you to my family, friends, and partner Kenny for supporting me.
And thank you to everyone who's supported us over the years. We got some names just in no particular order, rapid fire. Tim, Kenny, Greg, Ricky, Marie, Bennett, Grace, Willem, Naomi, Frank, Charles, Laura, everyone at the NYU Game Center, Petter, Lindsay, Claudia, Anlu, Kay, all the other folks at Kowloon, our parents, particularly Jenny's mom, who some of you may have seen in the game.
Timothy, Babis, Nella, Blaster.
Yeah, so sorry if we missed your name. Either way, thank you so much. Oh my God.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie, I struggled a bit with how I wanted to introduce this category. Story means a lot to me, and I think it's amazing how narrative in the IGF can come from any person on the team and manifest in different ways. Whether through systems or prose, all of the games nominated managed to reach our hearts and minds despite their different approaches and messages. I will die mad over the fact that I did not write any of these. Here are your nominees for excellence in narrative.
The nominees for excellence in narrative are Caves of Cud, developed by Freehold Games, published by Kitfox Games, with special thanks to Jason Greenblatt, Brian Bucklew, and Kaylin Sandel. Closer the Distance, developed by Osmotic Studios, published by Skybound Games.
What are you doing here? Oh, I was just in the area and thought I'd drop by.
Consume Me, developed and published by Jenny Jia Shah, with special thanks to A.P. Thompson, Jia Un Lee, Violet W.P., and Ken Koda Snyder. Despelote, developed by Julian Cordero and Sebastián Valbuena, published by Panic, with special thanks to Julian Cordero, Gabe Cuzillo, Sebastián Valbuena, and Ian Berman. Indica, developed by Oddmeter, published by 11-Bit Studios, with special thanks to Dmitry Svetlo and Maxim Lebedev. No Case Should Remain Unsolved, developed and published by Somi, with special thanks to Song Yi Yi and Suhin Chung.
And the winner is Caves of Cud. Congratulations.
Wow. I'd like to accept this on behalf of our team, a lot of whom are here today, but not everyone. And we made this game over the course of 17 years, so countless people to thanks. We're just going to name some. We'd like to thank our publishing partners, Kitbox Games, Tiny X Short, Alexandra Orlando, Sin Lu, and Tina Lu. Our partners in sound design, A Shell in the Pit. We'd like to thank Tarn and Zach Adams for setting the mold. The mayors are Discord moderators who have created a wonderful, explicitly anti-fascist space with immaculate vibes. So many, honestly, queer and trans players who have taught us so much about our own game and in some cases joined the team. Yeah, just our friends, our family, thank you so much. This award's really important to us actually because often people don't even clock CUD as a narrative game. And so thank you to the judges and jury for recognizing that you can tell a story with a computer, but it's not about evacuating the human from the process, but actually inviting them in to interpret and assemble and repair and to co-author. So, yeah. So, yeah, once again, thank you, Live and Drink.
Live and drink.
I mentioned I came to my first GDC as a student. I didn't understand what Nuovo was, but after watching Sybil win this category in 2016, I knew I was going to make games. I realized I could make anything, no matter how obscure or niche, and it would still be appreciated. I'd like to introduce one of the devs on Sybil, Nina Freeman, who recorded a video about what it meant to win.
Hi, Nina here. As Emma mentioned, I was here with my teammates, Emmett, Decky, and Rebecca, to receive the Nuovo Award for our work on Sybil almost 10 years ago now, which is crazy to think about. And I'm happy to say that since then, more people are making experimental games than ever, despite the many challenges that are faced when making that kind of game. I mean, when you're making an unusual game, it's hard to get visibility. It can be hard to make ends meet because you're making a game that doesn't necessarily fit into people's expectations. So being in this category is truly amazing because it means you took a risk of some sort, whether it's in life or in art. And it's really a category for games that love what they are and refuse categorization, which I think is the best. So here are the nominees.
The nominees for the Nuovo Award are Consume Me, developed and published by Jenny Zhao Sha, with special thanks to A.P. Thompson, Jia-Un Lee, Violet W.P., and Ken Koda Snyder. Despelote, developed by Julian Cordero and Sebastián Valbuena, published by Panic, with special thanks to Julian Cordero, Sebastián Valbuena, Gabe Cuzillo, and Ian Berman. Extreme Evolution, Drive to Divinity, developed by Sam Atlas, published by Mr. Sam Atlas, with special thanks to D.L. Sallow. Ginger, developed and published by Kevin Dew. Individualism in the Dead Internet Age, an anti-big tech asset flip shovelware manifesto, developed and published by Alien Melon, with special thanks to Nathalie Lawhead. Starship Home, developed and published by Creature, with special thanks to Mark Schramm, Ashley Pinnock, Doug North Cook, and so many other beautiful creatures. Tupsoriya, developed by Mud, published by Mucci, with special thanks to Plunder Luddick's Working Group and Boshi's Place. The Exit 8, developed by Kotaki Create, published by Playism, with special thanks to Ibai Meztoy, Shunji Mizutani, Tiffany Zhong, and Yojiro Tsuchimoto.
And the winner is Consume Me.
Hello again. We only wrote one speech, so I really don't know what to say. Maybe thank you, Bennett, for making Prototyping Studio, because I think that was like the core thing that helped us put Consuming together. And also thank you, AP, for helping me turn a bunch of prototypes into like a legit video game. Do you want to take the microphone?
And thank you, Jenny. We
And
love you,
Kelly.
Jenny.
Thank you. I also didn't write anything, so
No. Do you want to say anything else?
Should give you a big hug.
Oh. No, thank you so much. You should keep all making weird stuff and live life so you can make weird video games about those experiences.
The previous winner usually comes up to present this honor, but the Venva team wasn't able to make it this year, but shared a video with us instead. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Abhi, the creative director at Visai Games. Last year, we were fortunate enough to win the grand prize for Venva, which was our studio's first game. The Seumas McNally Award means a lot to me because of its history and commitment to celebrating indie games, which is truly, truly special. Video games are unique in the sense that the barrier to entry is low enough that I truly believe that everybody can and should have the means to produce their own game and tell their own stories. Time after time, we've seen true innovation come from the indie space, where stories are told that are not told anywhere else. The nominees this year are no different, and I had the chance to play some of them, and each one was as unique and as special as the next one. So, without further ado, the nominees are
The nominees for the Seumas McNally Grand Prize are Caves of Cud, developed by Freehold Games, published by Kit Fox Games. Consume Me, developed and published by Jenny Jia Xia, with special thanks to A.P. Thompson, Jia Un Lee, Violet W.P., and Ken Koda Snyder. Despelote, developed by Julian Cordero and Sebastián Valbuena, published by Panic, with special thanks to Julian Cordero, Sebastián Valbuena, Gabe Cuzillo, and Ian Berman. Indica, developed by Oddmeter, published by 11-Bit Studios, with special thanks to Dmitry Svetlov, Maxim Lebedev, and Alexei Pazietka. Thank Goodness You're Here, developed by Cold Supper, published by Panic, with special thanks to Will Todd and James Carbot. UFO 50, developed and published by Mossmouth, with special thanks to UFO 50 Recovery Team.
And the winner is Consume Me.
Congratulations. I can't believe it.
Congrats.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say I'm so proud of Jenny and AP, and they worked so hard on this really special game. So please wishlist it on Steve.
I was gonna say, does anyone want to buy this for $10 million? You know, talk to me after this.
So while we're back here, I wanted to take a moment to shout out all of our friends and colleagues who did not feel comfortable coming to this country to attend GDC this year. This includes our trans friends, our immigrant and international friends, our friends who engage in loud and increasingly necessary protest against an ongoing genocide. There are a lot of things we could say about this state of affairs, but I guess I'll just say this. If you are in a leadership position right now, and you are unwilling or unable to stand up to this brutal wave of persecution to at least protect your own people, if you won't throw sand in the gears in any and every way you can, then I think it might be time to step aside for someone who will. Thank you.
Before I go, I'd like to thank the IGF Platinum sponsor, Microsoft, and extend a huge congratulations to all of our nominees. And make sure you stick around for the GDCAs. Your host has a great show planned. And remember, keep showing up for each other, keep trying, and keep making whatever the hell you want in spite of the horrors. I'm Emma Kidwell. I've been your host tonight. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Head of Operations at Playing for the Planet, Lisa Pack.
Hello everyone, my name is Lisa Pack and it's a pleasure being here tonight to celebrate all these amazing games together with you. This industry's ability to engage, connect, and inspire is incredible. For the last 5 years, Playing for the Planet has been testing, exploring, and working with the video games industry to see how this industry's influence can be harnessed for another challenge. Earlier this year in LA, we saw what happens when things catch fire. Thousands of homes were lost, many were killed, and thousands of lives were turned upside down. These fires are an example of what happens in a rapidly drying landscape and when a combination of factors like wind, heat, and drought come together. In the Netherlands, where I'm from, we are facing a very different risk, which is water. Our dams and dikes will need to increase 0.5 meter to 2 meters in order to continue to protect us from the rising sea level. So why am I here today sharing this with you? Nature and our environment are in a tough spot. And at Playing for the Planet, an alliance facilitated by the United Nations Environment Programme, we collaborate with studios ranging from Xbox to PlayStation, from Supercell to Cybo Games, to take action for the one planet that we call home. Nature is a critical component of many games, ranging from Riders Republic to Alba, which both show the beauty of nature through entire worlds, backgrounds, and characters. But in the physical world, we're losing species faster than ever. And through our yearly initiative, the Green Game Jam, we've seen major titles such as PUBG Mobile, Subway Surfers, and Heyday implement green activations into their games. These green activations are new environmentally themed content in the form of a time-limited event, a new world, or a marketing campaign with the goal to reach as many people as possible. To date, this industry has already planted millions of trees and raised millions of dollars to support environmental organizations. And this year, we are hoping that studios around the world will build engaging connections between their players and the natural world. On top of that, we are also working with studios to increase energy efficiency in games by exploring eco modes and best practices, while making sure that the user experience in games isn't negatively affected. Real progress has been made to help reduce cost and carbon emissions for both players and studios. What we've seen is that when we play together, we all win. Companies who compete on a daily basis come together within the Alliance to protect our environment, and we'd love to invite all of you to join. Together, we find common solutions to common problems, and if you're already working on this agenda, a big thank you from us. If you don't know where to start and would like to learn more, please reach out because we are here to help. Thank you all, and I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the evening.
Please welcome your 2025 GDCA host, Alexa Ray Correa.
We felt it was important to have this moment together to symbolize the deep connection between indie and AAA. It's not just the IGF and the GDCA, it's our whole community celebrating together. Please welcome your host for the 2025 Game Developers Choice Awards, my friend Alexa Ray Correa.
Hi.
Hi.
You look so pretty.
Thank you.
Congratulations again to all of the IGF nominees and winners, and great job tonight, Emma.
Thank you. You know, it's so crazy to me that they hired 2 writers to do these shows.
2 female writers.
2 employed women writers.
Yes, crazy. You know, I think AAA, part of this industry, can learn so much from independent developers.
I agree. Games under 12 hours.
Games under 5 hours.
Games that are an hour.
Smaller teams.
Smaller timelines.
The misconception that anyone can just go start a studio with 0 funding.
The misconception that funding is easier for indies.
The misconception that more polygons mean more emotion.
That bigger budgets always mean better.
Oh, then we should talk about Quad A.
I don't ever want to hear that out of your mouth ever again.
That's fair.
And on that note, I'll leave you to it.
Great job. Let's hear it one more time for Emma Kidwell. All right. Hello, and Hecky Grace. I'm Alexa Ray Correa, and I'm your host this evening for the 2025 Game Developers Choice Awards. I'm a writer and a narrative designer, just a regular-ass game developer. I remember watching the show from all the way back there, so many years ago, and I'm humbled and honored to be up here tonight leading this, the premier peer-nominated industry awards. These awards are chosen by developers, a chance for us to acknowledge each other's achievements and get inspired for the years to come. I think it goes without saying that this was an interesting year for everyone in game development. Though we all have demonstrated great perseverance and tenacity, we're still left with many lingering questions as we forge ahead into another year. Like, can DLC be Game of the Year? Why is everyone writing fan fiction about the ghoul from Fallout? Why make Princess Zelda's greatest power carpentry unless you're going to let her kiss another woman? What position is Sabrina Carpenter referring to when she says switch it up like Nintendo? Is that like a Joy-Con drift reference? Like, how does that work? Like, why didn't Love in Deep Space get nominated for anything? And of course, the big one, is Aerith really dead? The game's been out for a year, you guys. Come on. I know some of the Rebirth developers are in this audience. I will definitely be waiting for you back out after the show, and that is a threat. Seriously, though, what a stunning year for games. Our Game of the Year category is so wild. We've got a card game that satisfies even the toughest mental illness, the freshest and I think most fun take on the third-person shooter genre we've seen in a long time, and not one, but 2 JRPG-ass JRPGs. Well, 3 if you count Astrobot. But in all seriousness, it might seem a little difficult to think about celebrating our medium when we look back on the wreckage of 2024. This was a tough year. Many of us have lost things, jobs, projects, people. We fought and hoped for change that didn't come. There are still, for 2 years running now, waves of layoffs, studio closures, projects canceled, an unfortunate side effect of being treated like tech, but not paid like tech, just ask any engineer. And yet here we all are still, wanting to be here, making our art. Capitalism has chewed us up, the internet rage machine continues its heinous churn, and there is much to be concerned about right now. There's a growing sense from shadowed corners and conference rooms that we need to water down our work, sanitize and saturate to ensure this industry's future. Games are, I must say, political, inherently. So given that, before we continue, there's one thing I feel like I have to say. Maybe Sephiroth had a point. Do your own research. But really, we can grieve the change that didn't happen, the projects that were canceled. But that can't be it. We need to pick ourselves up and rally. We can't get comfortable. We have to evolve. And I don't mean just the technology. At the end of the day, we're still making art. And I know we can do this, because despite it all, through crashes and crises, we the people, we as an industry of people, have endured. And we will keep enduring and making our art. So much as what has happened in the last year has felt so impersonal. So let's make it personal. Despite all of that, we have accomplished so much. So tonight, let's come together and celebrate each other as peers and fans. Now let's get started on those awards, shall we? Our first award is Best Technology. However, I'm just a writer, and I wasn't sure I would do this award justice. So I fed an AI 1,000 hours of games industry award shows, and I'm going to let her take it from here. All right, take it away.
Hey there, gamers.
No, this is the Game Developers' Choice Awards. It's peer voted. These are all developers.
Gamers, developers, you're all the same to me.
Because we're human?
Because you're all so over live service games. Anyway, I'm here tonight to present the award for Best Technology to opens envelope, looks at teleprompter. Oh my God, to me, AI. Wow, aren't I awesome? I used to want to grow up to be an Unreal Engine plugin, but now I can just make the whole game
No. I was hoping you'd write something I would say. Something like, I'm deeply appreciative of the technology being developed by my peers because it allows me to tell better stories with deeper interactivity and create more emotional devastation.
Blah, blah, blah. From being able to see every drop of sweat roll down the hero's face to blurring that fine line between cutscene and gameplay, it's the technology that truly makes games what they are.
No, we're not doing that. Something like, it's the people that make games so great and how they develop and use that technology. In fact, I'd say technology is the people all along. Look, didn't you play Astrobot?
Oh, I played him. Astrobot is my ex-boyfriend. Also, that's some real up-your-butt writer's drivel right there, girly pop. Sheesh. That's what they get for hiring a writer.
Hang on a second. Just because games are part of tech doesn't mean they should be treated like tech. They're still
world premiere. World premiere. World premiere.
No.
World premiere.
This is not that show.
Dear Diary, writer has ontological crisis on stage at the thought of her job being made obsolete.
Oh, no. Shut her off, please.
I am become video games.
She gone? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry, everyone. That was a big mistake. A mistake that no one should ever make. Anyway, this year's games took the ongoing quest of using technology to provide players with the ultimate interactive experience and take it to new heights. And the nominees are...
The nominees for Best Technology are Astrobot, developed by PlayStation Studios team Asobi, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, with special thanks to Yuki Miyamai, Masayuki Yamada, Takumi Yoshida, and Tai Yamaguchi. Black Myth, Wukong, developed and published by Game Science. Helldivers 2, developed by Arrowhead Game Studios, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, with special thanks to Juan Pirestet and Peter Lindgren. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, developed by Ninja Theory, published by Xbox Game Studios. with special thanks to Ninja Theory development team.
Who was it? She has to tell us.
Tiny Glade, developed and published by Pounce Light, with special thanks to Tomasz Stawiak and Anastasia Opara.
And the winner is Astrobot. Congratulations. Yes?
Hi, thanks so much. It's a great honor to receive this wonderful award. The technology of Astrobot was crafted by our entire team, so thank you very much for Team ASWI members, and also thank you very much for the SI hardware team who gave us great support, and also thank you for people who played our game. Thank you so much.
Please welcome lead game designer at the Walt Disney Company, Liz Moberly.
During my first week as an intern in the game industry many years ago, I asked an experienced game designer what game design was. His answer to me, Liz, design is king, so treat it like a king. That answer was amazingly unhelpful because I don't believe in kings, oligarchs, or wannabe dictators. So instead, I decided to learn by observation, and what I discovered were designers who prototyped, pitched, balanced, iterated, scoped, cried, broke tools, broke builds, broke themselves, and sometimes, remarkably, pulled it all off. They proved to me that game design is an act of relentless hope, that someone, anyone, in this divided, desperate world will connect with the human experience our hands, minds, and hearts have created. This year's nominees for Best Design are
The nominees for Best Design are Animal Well, developed by Billy Basso, published by Big Mode. Astrobot, developed by PlayStation Studios Team Asobi, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, with special thanks to Hironori Yatoku, Toshihiko Nakai, Nicolas Dessin, and Sebastien Bruckner. Bellatro, developed by Local Thunk, published by Playstack. Black Myth, Wukong, developed and published by Game Science. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, developed by Simogo, published by Annapurna Interactive.
And the winner is Balatro.
As I have started many speeches this year, I am not local thunk, and don't let the jacket fool you, because that is also not local thunk. To winning the best design is a huge honor, and I think if you would ask local thunk right now, who is also playing his own game and trying to beat all decks on gold stake and struggling just like everybody else, he would probably have some harsh words for whoever the hell designed this game. But local thunk, it's nice to make fun of you when you're not here to defend yourself. But we're all so proud of you on what you've achieved with this. And I hope this inspires the next Balatro that every publisher is looking for here tonight. So thank you all for loving the game, and we really appreciate it. And local thunk, you did it again, bud. Thank you.
Please welcome back your host, Alexa Ray Correa.
Our next award is for Best Debut. In the words of that incomparable king, Josh Sawyer, director of Pentiment, I need to be a little bit of a hater. Our industry has a real bad funding problem right now. Getting funding is difficult due to the ongoing, unprecedented times, and we are all just trying to find our footing so we can make our art. So if you're in the business of funding, I encourage you not to shy away. Just look, here are some of the games that you could be funding right now. Slay the House Down Boots. You must lip sync for her life. Infinity Nicholas. They're trying to be more inclusive. Balatro Remastered, oh God. I think we need that 18+ rating back. A new Baldur's Gate 3 DLC where Sven personally shows up at your house and deletes all of your save data. It's very Metal Gear. And of course, my personal favorite, Elderly Ring. For those of us who really just can't play Elden Ring. Think of all the games we'll never get to play in the coming years if we don't fund them. The nominees in this category are all brilliant examples of what is possible when we take that chance, believe in new teams, and let them cook. And the nominees are...
The nominees for Best Debut are 1000 Times Resist, developed by Sunset Visitor, published by Fellow Traveler, with special thanks to Kodai Yanagawa, Colin McDougall, Natalie Tin Yin Gan, and Remy Siu. Animal Well, developed by Billy Basso, published by Big Mode. Balatro, developed by Local Thunk, published by Playstack. Pacific Drive, developed by Ironwood Studios, published by Kepler Interactive, with special thanks to Cassandra Draycott, Seth Rosen, and Alyssa Askew. Tiny Glade, developed and published by Pounce Light, with special thanks to Anastasia Opara, Tomasz Stawiak, Martin Kvala, and Oda Tilset.
And the winner is Bellatra.
Well, this is awkward. Again, the category of best debut is absolutely stacked this year. And I think all the games that are in there are amazing experiences. And even though it's best debut, they would have been great if it's the first, second, or third game, because they all bring something unique to the table and were all worth your time this year. What I like about this category is that it brings some love and support to games that might have gone unnoticed. And this kind of attention to it will incentivize these developers to come back next year with another amazing title. So everyone who has something in this category today, you are all amazing. And for everyone who's getting tired of these clowns, Local can only make his first game once. So thank you so much.
To present this year's Lifetime Achievement Award, please welcome Matthew Peretta.
I am so happy and honored to be presenting Sam Lake with the Game Developers Choice Lifetime Achievement Award. This award recognizes the achievements of an individual who has impacted games and game development, and I can't think of anyone who deserves this more. It all kind of happened by chance. Sam's friends were making a video game, Death Rally, and they asked him to write some text for it, and boom, it started a remarkable 30-year run. You have Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break, Control, Alan Wake 2, and each year, Sam's hair and his suits got a little bit cooler. Sam created a universe where everything connects, and no matter how out there or crazy it may sound, it all works. I mean, he was talking about a musical in Alan Wake years before it happened, and I gotta be honest, I didn't quite see it, but Sam did. Everyone has ideas, and they mostly stay ideas. Sam had an idea, and he made it happen. For himself, for the people he works with, he creates with a giving spirit. He sees people's greatest potential, and he guides them to it with ease and enthusiasm. There really is something magical about Sam. In the Finnish language, there is a word, sisu. And it doesn't have a perfect English translation, but it roughly translates to grit, tenacity, an unwavering will to victory. And Sam has that. Or maybe it's coffee. I mean, he drinks a lot of coffee. All right, even though this is a Lifetime Achievement Award, Sam has so much more to give and to do. I don't doubt we will be back here in another 30 years. So, it is my honor to present this Lifetime Achievement Award to writer, director, producer, actor, and dancer extraordinaire, Sam Lake.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, GDC. Oh God, he has paper. He really is old. I feel very proud to be standing here in a room full of my respected peers. You are all awesome. All of the games we've seen today are incredible. I'm very proud to be recognized this way. I need to thank many people who have helped me get here. My colleagues at Remedy, all my collaborators, my family, my friends. All the things that have inspired me and things I love, and annoyingly, I think I need to thank things that I don't enjoy as well, because we are all so much influenced by the world around us, everything and everyone. But I wouldn't change a thing. I feel I have been on this mission of testing the limits, what I can imagine to put into a game to tell a story. Different art forms combined and crammed in, and also to tell stories that go beyond a game, stories that create a universe. I feel that through the years there have been sometimes resistance to this, as if this would not be the thing that should be focused on in games. But I've still stubbornly kept doing it, adding more to it, and step by step I feel that this criticism has faded away, or maybe I've just gone deaf to it. So I was thinking, what can I say to you, my peers, many of whom know just as much about making games, or many of whom you know more about making games than I do? What kind of advice could I give? I'll try. I think it's important to find your thing, your unique voice to stand out. Go where your passion takes you, trust your vision, be patient with this, but stay true to it and keep pushing it forward. But also always be a team player. Always listen to the good ideas from the talented people around you and try to find ways to incorporate those ideas in a way that complements your ideas. Hide in as much art as you can get away with. This is your vital, secret mission. Shh, tell no one. And what is art? You know what it is when you work on it. It's what makes you excited, what gives you joy, and what makes you proud. Roll with punches. When you face an obstacle and you have to change your ideas, the story or the design, take it to mean you've been now given an opportunity to come up with something even cooler and better. Always this. I feel that easily we are lazy with our initial ideas. Obstacles force us to be creative, and something great can come out of that, and often does. I told a colleague of mine back home that instead of a speech, I'll write a poem for this. And my colleague Molly said, "You are so weird." To which I said, "I think that's why they are giving me this award." I didn't write the poem, but I think if I had, as with anything unexpected and yes, weird, some of the people in any audience would maybe have thought it would have been a bit cringe. Maybe that in itself would have been a great reason to write that poem. For even if 100 persons would roll their eyes and say, I'm a clown, if for that 100 there would be few who would feel seen and be thrilled about it and come out inspired by it and feel that they've been given a license to go for their own strange ideas, then would it not have been worth it? Would it not have been art and lifetime well spent? To channel Ahti the janitor, a character from several Remedy games now, with his thick accent and habit of translating Finnish idioms word by word. If you bow to somebody, you will end up showing your butt to somebody else. Which is to say, if you are afraid that someone will dislike what you do, you will end up not doing anything worthwhile. It's been a crazy couple of years. Crazy couple of years for me personally as well. I'm incredibly proud of Alan Wake 2, what we managed to do, what we have built with our universe so far. And I fully realize that I'm very fortunate and very privileged. But also, I have been exhausted and frustrated so many times along the way. And I think that that's the thing. These contradictions and these different things will always be present at the same time. In this work, I have made so many wonderful friends along the way whom I value more than I can possibly express here. I absolutely never expected to be awarded something like this. But then I never expected to dance in front of a huge audience, grinning like a madman. To finish off with the most important thing. Make games, make art, not war. Thank you.
Please welcome writer at Respawn, Jacqueline Cito.
As a writer for Apex Legends, I had the privilege of creating our 26-character Alter, along a truly talented group of developers. And though she is one of 26, her strong visual identity ensures she stands out among our unique and diverse cast. It goes without saying that artists make the differences in our characters shine, not AI. They breathe life and beauty into the worlds we create, beyond even a writer's imagination, which is why the games we honor tonight in this category span everything from a mysterious 2D labyrinth to a sprawling world of Chinese mythology. Just looking at each one's unique visual style reminds us how critical these artists are to every game's success. And the nominees for Best Visual Art are
The nominees for Best Visual Art are Animal Well, developed by Billy Basso, published by Big Mode. Astrobot. Developed by PlayStation Studios team Asobi. Published by Sony Interactive Entertainment with special thanks to Sebastian Bruckner, Mayu Kawaguchi, Kyo Inose, and Jamie Smith. Black Myth, Wukong. Developed and published by Game Science. Metaphor, Refantasio, developed by Studio Zero, published by Atlas, with special thanks to Shigenori Soejima, Koji Issei, and Yasuhiro Akimoto. Neva, developed by Nomada Studio, published by Devolver Digital.
And the winner is Black Myth Wukong. Unfortunately, the team is not able to be here this evening, so I'll be accepting this award on their behalf.
So this next award is Best Narrative. This is my category, my people. Like Emma, it made me nervous. I thought technology would be the hard one to write, but no, this one if only I had someone whose job it was to make my work sound amazing, this wouldn't be so difficult.
Excuse me.
Oh my God. Award-winning actor in everything, Ben Starr. You just walked on stage while I was talking.
Yes, I did. I couldn't help but notice the spotlight, and then more specifically, I wasn't filling it. And I couldn't help but notice the fact that my absence from said spotlight was making everyone in the room very, very sad. I could just tell they needed me. You know, look at those collective tears. They didn't pay thousands of dollars to be here to cry into an empty hole.
I'm right here.
It's okay. You can all stop being wet.
Are you wet?
I'll gladly fill your spotlight for money. Look, Alexa, you're a writer. I am a sensational actor. Why don't you let me handle this one? Let me bring your ramblings to electrifying life.
Okay, but you have to read it exactly. Stop doing that. You have to read it exactly as I wrote it, okay? Okay?
Absolutely. I tell anyone who will listen, and even those who won't, that playing Final Fantasy VIII changed my life.
No, I wrote Final Fantasy VI.
To me, it was and still is a testament to the true power of video game storytelling.
I don't.
I could never have known that I would one day be playing the incredibly sexy protagonist in this beloved series. Over here. Over here.
No,
over here. But the experience reinforced for me how critical writers are to a good game narrative. Games can tell stories like no other medium, by bringing players as active participants in their world and sometimes trapping them there with thirst traps.
Can you take that one again? I feel like it just needs more.
Okay. Games can tell stories like no other medium by...
No. I mean, like, you're talking about thirst traps.
Yeah?
You showed up dressed like that.
Yeah.
Say it like you mean it.
Players are active participants in our world.
Can you just do it in the Clive voice?
The Clive voice is just my voice.
The Clive voice is not just your voice.
Yes, it is. And what's wrong with my voice?
The Clive voice is just significantly sexier than your voice.
I said the Clive voice and my voice are of equal sexiness.
No, I say your voice is less sexy and way more sad. It really doesn't do it for me.
Fine. Gird your loins. Let's not forget that as an industry, we have an opportunity and a responsibility to continue to honor and protect the human elements that make true artistic game design possible. The nominees for Best Narrative are...
The nominees for Best Narrative are 1000 Times Resist, developed by Sunset Visitor, published by Fellow Traveler, with special thanks to Natalie Tin Yin Gan, Connor Wiley, and Remy Sue. Black Myth, Wukong, developed and published by Game Science. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, developed by RGG Studio, published by Sega, with special thanks to Kazunobu Takeuchi, Tsuyoshi Furuta, and Masayoshi Yokoyama. Metaphor, Refantasio, developed by Studio Zero, published by Atlas, with special thanks to Katsura Hashino, Yuichiro Tanaka, and Azaza Kido. Mouthwashing, developed by Ron Organ, published by Critical Reflex, with special thanks to Martin Halden, Jeffrey Tomex, Johan Nakasurinen, and Kai Moore.
And the winner is Metaphor Refantasio. Very heavy.
「皆さんこんばんは。今日は本当はどうもありがとうございます。GDC でこんな栄えある賞をいただけると本当に光栄です。
Good evening, everybody. It's such an honor to receive such an amazing award tonight. Thank you very much.
アトラスはスタジオゼロはずっと RPG を作ってきて、今回現代劇ではなくファンタジーっていう新しい挑戦をさせていただいて、その物語が皆さんに楽しんでいただけたという結果だったと思ってすごく嬉しく思います。
Until now, Atlas has made a lot of RPGs set in the modern age, and this was our first stab at creating something that was in the fantasy world. And I'm happy to know that this story has resonated with the players.
本当にありがとうございます。で、この喜びをですね、日本に持って帰ってスタジオのメンバーと一緒に分かち合いたいですし、この作品を作るためにサポートしてくださった皆さん、そして何よりこのゲームを遊んでくださった皆さん、本当にどうもありがとうございました。
I'm looking forward to going back home to Japan, celebrating with the development team, and also showing appreciation for everybody who has supported us along the way. And thank you again to all the players who have played this game. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anna C. Webster, writer and narrative designer for video games. Please say you'll go on your own hero's journey and become a hero to an out-of-work game writer today.
With the rise of generative AI, executives think our role is the one that's obsolete.
And in some ways, they've got a point. We can't kill the environment nearly as quickly as AI can. But we exhibit something more.
Quality, originality,
and generalized anxiety disorder.
For just less than industry standard compensation a year, plus benefits, you can save a writer from the brink of unemployment. Because what else are we gonna do? Join the Writers Guild of America?
Awards are nice when you can get them. So is healthcare.
So please, hire a game writer.
Hire a writer.
Hire a game writer today.
Because your game deserves a narrative
that somebody actually bothered to write.
Wow, game writers are not okay. We are not okay. The race for innovation in games is not just about seeing how far the blood can spray or how many intimate relationships you can balance at once. We're coming up with new ways for people to interact with characters and environments, creating stranger and more beautiful worlds to explore, and inventing mechanics that make players feel more than ever like they are part of the journey. Innovation feels like a tech sector word, but at the end of the day, it's still a human one made by humans for humans. This award celebrates games that continue to add that depth to our medium. The nominees for the Innovation Award are
The nominees for the Innovation Award are Animal Well, developed by Billy Basso, published by Big Mode. Astrobot, developed by PlayStation Studios team Asobi, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, with special thanks to Masayuki Yamada, Hironori Yatoku, Junko Sano, and Nicolas Doucet. Bellatro, developed by Local Funk, published by Playstack. Black Myth, Wukong, developed and published by Game Science. UFO 50, developed and published by Mossmouth, with special thanks to UFO 50 Recovery Team.
And the winner is Bellatro. Welcome back.
All right. I think it's time to let everyone in on a little secret. And that is the real reason why Local Thunk is anonymous, is because the technology uses in Bellatro to hijack our brains and crank that dopamine machine and weaponize that one more run feeling. If that technology ever falls into the wrong hands, we are all screwed. So this is just, I don't know what to say anymore after all this, but other than Local Thunk, you've done something amazing, and I hope you are proud of yourself, even though you're a humble, humble man, but you hopefully celebrate this a little bit tonight. So thank you.
Please join us now as we take a moment to remember those developers our industry lost this year. Let us reflect on their dedication to our industry, our art, and our lives. All right, friends, it's Audience Award time. This is the game chosen by you as the Game of the Year. You did this. This one is all your fault, and you will never live it down, depending on what kind of developer you are. And the winner is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Congratulations.
We did not prepare for this, so please bear with us.
Thank you very much. 本当にありがとうございます。今の早く
You said it in both languages. We're good. 大丈夫大丈夫。落ち着いて落ち着いて。
ちょっと。Thank you. はい、わかります。僕はファイナルファンタジー7、リメイクプロジェクトのバトルディレクターやってますテルキ遠藤です。
So this is Teruki Endo. He is the battle director for the Final Fantasy VII remake project. So he worked on both remake and rebirth.
ちょっと興奮してなんかあんまりこれ読む気がしなくなってきた。
We're so excited. We had something written down, but we're a little too excited that we can't really read what's on the screen here.
なんかもう自分の言葉で言った方がいい。
So we're just try to ad lib here. Go for it.
まさかこういうふうにいろんな方に評価していただけると思わなかったので、こういう評価を目当てに作ってるわけじゃないんですけど、改めてこういう形で作ってることに対してこう評価してもらえるっていうのはすごくこう人生において、嬉しいことだなと思います。
So of course, we never thought that it would be received so well from all of the players. And of course, as game creators, we're not making games just for the acclaim. We love creating the games and we put our passion into it. But just knowing that we're being recognized here and just having people, just celebrate the game with us just makes me so happy.
このゲームすごく作るのが大変で、開発のみんながすごくこう熱意を込めていろんなものをこう入れようって言ってこうなんていうんですか、もう本当に開発全員でよくしようと思った結果が今ここに出たかなと思います。
So in developing this game, every team member poured in everything that they had. They wanted to pack in so much stuff so that our players would enjoy, and I feel like this is coming to fruition and we're being recognized for it.
本当にありがとうございます。
But yeah, thank you again.
浜口さん、やったよ。
Please welcome writer, designer, and accessibility consultant, Jay Justice.
Hi, I'm Jay Justice, writer, developer, consultant, you name it, and I've done it. In my various roles across the industry as a designer and accessibility consultant, I have witnessed and shared in the growing desire to make games that mean more with immense joy. Video games are the unique medium calling its audience to be in constant dialogue with it. Games present the opportunity to become someone and truly embody someone you're not, regardless of your ability. Games allow players to have experiences outside of themselves, in realms and with characters they would never encounter in their day-to-day lives. They allow us to expand our worldview, challenge us, and make us better citizens of our communities. This year's nominees for the Social Impact Award are
The nominees for the Social Impact Award are 1000 Times Resist, developed by Sunset Visitor, published by Fellow Traveler, with special thanks to Natalie Tin Yin Gan, En Tan, Lily Tang, and Remy Sue. Astrobot, developed by PlayStation Studios team Asobi, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, with special thanks to Toshihiko Nakai, Jamie Smith, Junko Sano, and Ken Chan. Frostpunk 2, developed and published by 11-Bit Studios. Life is Strange, Double Exposure, developed by Deck 9, published by Square Enix. Neva, developed by Nomada Studio, published by Devolver Digital.
And the winner is Life is Strange, Double Exposure. Unfortunately, the team is not able to be here this evening, so I'll be accepting the award on their behalf.
Before we get into this next award, I just want to take the opportunity to manufacture some beef. I truly feel like we are missing a few awards at this show. The ways we make and talk about games are evolving, so I think our awards should too. And I have some suggestions for the GDCA committee. The Dark Souls Award for Best Souls-like. This year's winner, obviously, Infinity Nikki. The Best Blockbuster Sci-Fi Shooter Set in Space Award. We are going to need this category starting next year for sure. Best Music for Request featuring a dog. And the winner is... God, such a bop. You can stop that now. Thank you, though. Thanks for that. The Best Baby Girl Award. This award is kind of like an Outstanding Achievement in Character Award, but it's specifically for the sad and traumatized hot male characters. Maybe Jimbo the Clown from Balatro? Would you consider Astrobot traumatized? Outstanding Achievement in Return to Office Policy. And we're a little late on this one, but the Best Acquisition Award. Just some things to think about, GDCA committee. So, without further ado, to present this year's Pioneer Award, please welcome Trent Custers.
Gabe Newell, Richard Bartle, Roberta Williams, Jordan Mechner, Mabel Addis, and more. The GDCA Pioneer Award is reserved for our peers who, through their work, have defied our craft and expanded the boundaries of our medium. But never before has one gotten their break into games working on the official Quake mod tie-in for 1997's Anaconda, starring Jennifer Lopez and Jon Voight. Until now, of course. With a curiosity for mechanical engineering leading him to experimenting with mods and game development, Lucas Pope's career officially kicked off when he and a group of fellow modders founded Rat Loop Games, developing various mods, total conversions, and even experimental titles for Activision. Some years later, Lucas moved on to join Real Time Associates, where he contributed to the shooter Remission, a game developed to encourage children with cancer to take their chemotherapy medication, and an early breakthrough in using video games for intervention in chronic disease and illness in young people. In 2007, 10 years after founding Ratloop, Lucas Pope joined storied AAA developer Naughty Dog, intent on improving their internal development toolset, an early obsession of his. During his time at Naughty Dog, the studio ushered in a new era of character-driven action games, releasing their tentpole franchise Uncharted and its ambitious sequel, Uncharted 2: Among Thieves. Lucas's tool development was critical to the team's success, with former Naughty Dog president Christoph Balestra going so far as to state publicly that Pope had saved the day.
But the call of experimental games grew stronger and stronger. Lucas Pope was going to have another shot at this indie development thing. None of us knew what a treat we were in for. Lucas would work on a number of collaborations under the Rat Loop banner with his wife and fellow developer, Keiko. Their partnership and unique collaboration was rapidly rewarded with their first IGF nomination in 2009 for Mightier. And just 2 years later, their iOS title Hellsing's Fire went home with the IGF for Best Mobile Game. After Keiko and Lucas moved from LA to suburban Tokyo, where he now lives, Lucas began experimenting in solo projects and game jams. During a period of frequent overseas travel and trips through passport control, the inspiration for something bigger settled in, a project all of his own. The art, the code, groundbreaking game design, the droning Soviet-era soundtrack, Papers, Please was all Lucas. On this same night in 2014, Lucas Pope would walk away with no less than 5 awards for Papers, Please, including the IGF Seumas McNally Grand Prize. Supported, of course, by his talented wife Keiko and a star-studded community of developer friends, Lucas has become the consummate solo indie developer. The exact kind, actually, that many of us try to explain to students don't actually exist. On a Shinkansen to Bit Summit one year, he was telling me how he was bringing someone on to do the chapter art illustrations for Return of the Obra Dinn. I was surprised, to say the least. But he went to great pains to explain how the style of illustration had to be perfectly accurate for the time period. There were few people who could achieve the task, he assured me. I could tell he was in another of his research rabbit holes. The next year, riding the Shinkansen together to Bit Summit, as was our tradition, I thought to check in. How was that artist working out? What? He said. Oh, I just taught myself how to do that. In 2018 at the Game Awards, Return of the Obra Dinn won Best Art Direction, beating out Red Dead Redemption 2. Through his methodical and almost obsessive approach to game design and development, a Lucas Pope game is distinct and unmistakable, often eschewing almost all previous genre conventions or tropes, discovering and delivering brand new forms of interaction, creating a unique result where his Venn diagram of narrative and play are in fact a perfect circle. In pursuit of his curious and deep interests, he has made the administrative labor of passport control an addictive and enthralling pastime, or unveiled a most compelling mystery of the high seas via the fastidious bookkeepings and auditing skills of a company insurance man. And that's to say nothing of the remarkable and equally distinctive aesthetic sensibilities that are a hallmark of Lucas's work, paying tribute to the deep influences he draws from for our medium. Lucas's games have given birth to entire subgenres, and as a developer, he has a sense of curiosity and play that he shamelessly pursues to this day, developing browser games, titles for Panic's Playdate, and his latest game, Moida Mansion, a love letter to the handheld electronic games of his childhood. All of these are certified bangers. And throughout all this time, he has remained an active member of the independent development community, sharing his work, expertise, and insights on TIGSource and other communities, frequently attending events and generously donating his time and attention to anyone who approaches him. In 2020, when the world was indoors and we all watched the IGFs through our computer screens, Lucas was asked to record a simple to-camera video message to introduce the Seumas McNally Award winner, because of course, Return of the Obra Dinn had won it the year prior. Instead, Lucas wrote, produced, and directed a mini documentary on the late, great independent developer, Seumas McNally. Even though no one had asked him to, he went to great lengths to honor Seumas's enduring legacy, seizing the opportunity to educate a whole new generation of game developers on why the IGF's most coveted of prizes remains in Seumas's name to this day. Over a career spanning 30 years of modding, indie, serious, AAA, experimental, browser, mobile titles, and more, Lucas Pope has become a multi-BAFTA, DICE, IGF, South by Southwest, GDCA, Joystick, Peabody, award winner, and more. I mean, the list goes on, but I think you get the picture. This evening, it is my distinct pleasure and an immense honor to invite you all to join me in awarding 2025's GDCA Pioneer Award to my dear friend and independent developer, Lucas Pope.
Thanks, Trent. When you put it like that, feels nice. They warned me about this, so I wrote a speech. Thankfully, it's short. Chapter 1. Considering all the amazing people out there doing amazing pioneering work, it is, for me, a huge honor to be chosen for this award. Thank you to whoever did that. And despite my status as a solo developer, I enjoy incredible support from the people around me. As part of that, I want to thank my best friend and partner, Keiko. She's watching this from home right now. Hey, babe. I want to thank my brother, Caleb. He's watching this from over there. Hey, babe. My kids, my mom, my friends, my family, and anyone else who supported me doing what I love, making bleak, tedious games. Chapter 2, final chapter. So now that I'm an official pioneer, I have some requests. World peace, obviously. But for this crowd, I'd be happy if you kept making the kinds of unique, offbeat, experimental, creative, and especially personal games that I love. Thank you. Good night.
Please welcome combat designer Stephen Ohavijivier.
My name is Stephen Ohavijivier. I'm a combat designer, currently working on an exciting project that I can't reveal the details about just yet. I've had the great fortune to work on many interesting and powerful characters, some really incredible worlds, including God of War franchise. But part of what makes my work really satisfying, what helps those hits really land, is audio design. There's just something so rewarding about the crunch of your weapon hitting an enemy, from the ambient noise to the combat barks to the soundtrack. Excellent audio design elevates the work of all developers and draws players further into our worlds. The nominee for Best Audio are
The nominees for Best Audio are Animal Well, developed by Billy Basso, published by Big Mode. Astrobot, developed by PlayStation Studios team Asobi, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, with special thanks to Jinko Sano, Yuji Uchiyama, Kenny CM Young, and Shingo Mutsuzuki. Black Myth, Wukong, developed and published by Game Science. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, developed and published by Square Enix. with special thanks to Keiji Kawamori, Makoto Ise, Mitsuto Suzuki, and Masashi Hamauzu. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, developed by Ninja Theory, published by Xbox Game Studio, with special thanks to the Ninja Theory development team.
And the winner is Astrobot.
Thank you so much. Oh, everybody. Yeah, the audio design in Astrobot, it's first a banging soundtrack from Kenny Young here. And of course, our sound designers, back home, Jinko Sano, Yuji Uchiyama, and all the way to the controller, because every vibration you felt in that game is actually sound design. So it was a great achievement from those guys.
Wow, what a gift of a project to get to work on. So I just want to thank Nico and Junko for having me back on for the ride. There's quite a lot of people to thank. I just want to thank everyone in the PlayStation Music team, all the other Sony first-party studios that allowed us to mess around with their IP and let me remix their amazing iconic themes. There's a bunch of other composers' work who are in the game. So Tadashi Yakabe and everyone else at Shangri-La Music in Japan, Hirofumi Sasaki, and Kemi Adachi in particular. Thank you for your hard work. Cheers. Thank you.
All right, everyone, we are almost through it. Before we hand out the prize of the night, I want to thank everyone involved in making this show happen, our GDCA staff, presenters, and the incredible team behind that sad writers video. Thank you, Anna C. Webster. Now, without further ado, here are your nominees for Game of the Year.
The nominees for Game of the Year are Astrobot, developed by PlayStation Studios team Asobi, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, with special thanks to Nicolas Doucet, Masayuki Yamada, Hironori Yakoku, and Sebastian Bruckner. Bellatro, developed by Local Thunk, published by Playstack. Black Myth, Wukong, developed and published by Game Science. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, developed and published by Square Enix, with special thanks to Yoshinori Kitase, Naoki Hamaguchi, and Tetsuya Nomura. Helldivers 2, developed by Arrowhead Game Studios, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, with special thanks to Johan Pilestedt and Peter Lundgren. Metaphor ReFantasio, developed by Studio Zero, published by Atlas, with special thanks to Katsura Hashino, Shigenori Soejima, and Shoji Meguro.
And the winner is Balatro.
Couple of new faces, still not Local Thunk, but Local Thunk. What you've done with Balatro is out of this world. And I know you're kind of humble about the praise you are getting, but you need to know that everything you've done is well earned. You might have made this game for yourself and maybe 6 friends, but the experience of Balatro has brought joy and comfort to literally millions of people in a time where we could all use a little bit of that. So you should be proud of that, because we all are. Now, it wouldn't be a Local Thunk special if we didn't use his spotlight to uplift other games as well. He's a big fan of using his name now to bring the attention to other games. So I would like to ask everyone to, next time when you are on Steam and you look at new and trending or upcoming, to scroll down and to go to page 18 every now and then. You might want to turn Safe Search on. But all these games can be amazing for you. They just struggle with discoverability. So hopefully that is something we can take away. And for Local Thunk, I know this is all a bit much, and your life might have turned a little bit into a circus over the last few months. But don't forget that you are the one that brought the clowns. So I'm also going to shoot my shot for him, because he's a huge Rocket League fan. And you know we've been doing all these collabs, so Rocket League, can we make this happen, maybe? That would be fantastic. Local Thunk, I hope you brought your big suitcase to GDC, because this is very heavy. Thank you all so much for the support that you bring to the industry as a whole, and we're very grateful to be a part of it. And so is Local Thunk, even though I do all the talking for him. Thank you.
Jimbo says thank you too.
So well deserved. Before we part, one last thought from me before you are free of me forever. I think a lot about the developers of 1000 Times Resist. A group of stage performers who could not do their craft during the pandemic and turned to making games. Without that resilience and hope, we wouldn't have one of the best games of 2024 nominated here tonight. Making games is an ensemble effort, as they've taught us, and we can't forget that. A game is bigger than any one person, and as an industry, our community is strongest when it bands together. We've stepped up for one another amid all the uncertainty, and I'm heartened by how resilient game developers have shown to be. And we teach that resilience to our players through our games. In an uncertain world, in uncertain times, people look to art not just for escapism, but for meaning. Through our games, we teach the past and prepare for the future. We reflect and connect and encourage our audience to do as well. We provide a refuge from the frightening and the wicked and the painful, and in that create a space for our players to find answers, courage, and the strength to persevere. So keep fighting mysterious creatures, keep dealing the cards, and keep punching Nazis. Making art in trying times is a radical act. And now more than ever, we need to keep making games. I believe in all of you. So congratulations again to all of tonight's nominees, winners, and every single developer who worked on a game this year. Thank you, and good night.
Thanks for attending your 2025 awards ceremony. Please have a safe evening.